different conversation. A different conversation. Tune in. We here tonight. End of the week, I'm checking the score. Names on the board, and I want a little more. Different take when the whole crew talk. Same old teams, but the view still spark. We've been collecting every win, every bruise, every close call, every headline news. Breaking it down where the real ones sit. One more round and we all say this. Tune in, lean in, bring your own opinion. Tell me who you riding with, tell me what you feeling. From the first whistle to the last play gone, we've been on that same page all week long. A different conversation. A different conversation. Break it down with the fellas, yeah, it feels so right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All here, and we all live on another beautiful Friday night. We got MJ back with us again. Of course, I'm Thomas. Of course, that's Cameron over there. He's sipping. Me the cutest. You know, but we'll be fine. We'll be all right. Hopefully, we don't get too mad today. But we have an important decision to talk about. We're gonna get some people in here. Make sure you guys are collecting and connecting. There's always a good giveaway going on in the Discord. There's always, you know, if you tune into the YouTubes, there's always good giveaways all week long. Trips on the way. Make sure you guys come and subscribe to A Different Conversation. First thing that you see when you search it anywhere. And of course, MJ, go ahead and drop your tags yet again. Tell us.
Drop them. Well, y'all see at Opinionated MJ, and then at Ballin till 2 a.m. is BALLIN, the slang way. Till TILL, the number 2 a.m. And yeah, make sure y'all follow Collecting and Connecting as well, though.
yes, and let's dig right in. MJ, I want to hear from you first, because Cam and I, we already talked about this all, earlier. Obviously, it's simmered, it's set in a little bit, so we'll get maybe a little bit better takes from me and Cam, because we was laughing. It was hilarious.
Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be one of them times where it's like, do you remember where you were when LeBron signed with the Philly Sixers? Because I'm just on my phone, you know what I mean? I don't know what I was listening to. I think Bill Simmons. I was listening to Bill Simmons, the podcast about the redoing the 2010 draft or whatever. I wasn't listening to XM Radio, surprisingly, this time. And my friend calls me, and I just denied her call. And then she texted me like, "You a hater." So it clicked, because she's the resident Philly fan. And I'm just like, wait a minute. If she's saying I'm a hater, then that means something happened. And I goes to my notifications. Mind you, I'm a mailman. So I goes to my notifications, and I'm like, oh, shit. And when I say I was sitting at them people's houses up against their damn house for like 10 minutes, bro. And just, man, LeBron going to Philly. I talked about it yesterday on my show, just the idea of him going to Philly and some other teams, the teams that they were like thinking about, like the Heat and the Cavs. But to go to Philly, I had even said, like, you know what I mean? That's a title, bro. Like, to me, that's a title. So I kind of like it. I don't think it moves the needle. I even just tweeted that out. Like, I don't think it moves the needle for him legacy-wise, because it's such a OP team on paper. But I like the move, bro. Like, if you're trying to win, you're trying to run some more rings up, go ahead. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for it. I want to see it. I'm a fan.
Yeah. All right, Ken, so where you at with it? A couple hours have gone by since we made our takes on the show. Where you at with it now?
Yeah, we was in a whole different vibe in this particular episode that we were recording, but in the more serious takes that we talked about before, man, and what made the most basketball sense for LeBron James, it was always like Philadelphia, you know what I mean? Understanding that. Then just them young horses with getting Jaylen Brown and stuff like that. I mean, but Philly, all they're getting is a dude that's 41 years old, 23 NBA seasons, played at least 45 games, averaged 20 points and 5 assists and 5 rebounds. So no matter what, you know what I mean, they get in that clutch IQ, you know what I mean, fourth quarter playoff time, what they actually need, you know what I mean. We see where they fell apart against the Knicks. So at the end of the day, man, having a lead like that falling apart and not ever getting back any kind of gumption, I think is something that you plug and play. I mean, $8 million, man, 2 years with a player option, you understand what it is. He's there just a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like that tail end quarterback and smart decision. I think it does move the needle for the East. I think it's borderline disrespectful too for the Knicks, who just won the chip. You know what I mean? For him to believe that that's the easiest path, but it is. You know what I mean? And anybody who really loves basketball, you know what I mean? For the East, they have the money there, but the Knicks are tried and tested. But let's keep it on Philly, Man, what can I say? We'll get into more in a minute, but I won't suck up all the air. What you got, Tom?
Yeah, man. The decision has sat with me, a little bit. And honestly, I'm moved, but I'm not. I don't think I'm like overly moved because I got to see how this works. You know what I'm saying? I think this is going to require a lot of sacrifice from a lot of different guys. Including LeBron himself. There's going to be like honestly, almost like when Joel Embiid plays, there's going to be almost no space. To kind of put him into the offensive game plan, besides said Cam being a quarterback. It's going to require sacrifice from guys like Tyrese Maxey, who is very used to having the ball in his hands, and then guys like Joel Embiid, when he plays, he's also going to have to make sacrifices because not only is LeBron the addition here, Jaylen Brown is also the addition to this team. So there's a lot of complex ties that go into this, but I really do believe in Nick Nurse. We know who Nick Nurse is. We know what he's about. He's stood the test of time somehow here in Philadelphia without getting fired. So that's awesome to see that he gets a team where he can really let his coaching expertise kind of fly. There's a lot of heads in that locker room, but it's a bunch of good heads. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jaylen Brown and LeBron James are some of the higher IQ players in our league. I think, like I said on the episode, I'm glad that this happened for Jaylen Brown because LeBron James could have chose anywhere, but he chose to play with Jaylen Brown because this isn't even an option if Jaylen Brown doesn't go to Philadelphia. Yeah. So I like that it's kind of a move that kind of validates where Jaylen Brown is. And 2 weeks ago, I went on that really epic Jaylen Brown rant. I could go on another one, but I'll save it. I'll pocket it. Man, it's a cool team. There's just it's just another team that we gotta see. It's just like the Miami Heat. We gotta see. Kind of how it plays out on the court real time. It's going to take a little bit, and there's, like I said, a lot of complexity to it because you got to consider VJ Edgecombe had a very good season last year. Where does he fit into it? Joel Embiid, the part-time employee, where does he fit into it? Is he going to mess up the game? Is Jaylen?
Hey man, I'm gonna be real, man. Jaylen Brown, that all defensive caliber wing talent that you got. LeBron being able to conserve energy, you know what I mean. Without a doubt, even on a part-time basis, you gotta love Joel Embiid's rim protection. Bona providing that energy and rim protection as well. And then you already highlighted Nick Nurse, what he's able to scheme and cover up with the age, speed, athleticism of Edgecombe, of Brown, of Maxey, you know what I mean? Automatically puts pressure on people defensively, you know what I mean, to have a time getting back into their offensive set, you know what I mean, if played correctly, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's sketchy, scary, and some good basketball. I can't wait to see, you know what I mean? It's going to be hard for people to score, you know what I mean, for sure, as well as when I don't care how long it takes for the offense to get going. I think just the addition of Jaylen Brown defensively for them, oh man, with him on a part-time and keeping Bona with that energy, all that, come on, man. And then LeBron, like as a chase down threat, conservative, old. Oh, come on, man. I'm not. Listen, man. Y'all know how I feel about MJ. You know what I mean? Not my guy, opinionated MJ, but MJ. Like, but in all truth, come on, man. This longevity that this guy has had, like, you know what I'm saying? We haven't seen a downtick. You know what I'm saying? Even in the less games played, he scored more points per game. You know what I'm saying? Last year, so it's kind of crazy. I think that what you could do with the young horses that they got. You know what I mean? Shit, it might have died down, but it's so much that we can talk about, you know what I mean? And what is the potential there. I kind of was ready for this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. I wanted it to happen too. I'm like, Philly? Oh. Because They made me feel like he was going to Miami.
Yeah, bro. I didn't think he would go to Philly because, like, as a location to retire at, Philly's not the most, appeasing
It ain't
spot.
sexy. Right. Yeah, it ain't sexy. Yeah, I understand.
In comparison to going home or going to Miami or wherever. So I have a bunch of opinions on this, but like my first big one is I kind of highlighted it about Tyrese Maxey. It'll be very interesting to see how he kind of gets accustomed to this role because ever since James Harden, left Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey kind of took that quarterback or the lead, and he thrived in that role. Granted, 76ers didn't finish with too high of, seeds because, Joel Embiid was hurt most of the time. But, we obviously like to see Tyrese Maxey and what he grew into. It'll be interesting what he does now that, do you make him the number one option over Jaylen Brown? Do you push Jaylen Brown over him? How is he going to work out of his hand? Yeah, because the ball is going to definitely be in LeBron or Jaylen Brown's hands more than it would be in Tyrese Maxey's hands. So it'll be interesting how it all, integrates.
So with this, MJ, I'm gonna let you go. So because we didn't do this, but the only thing that I'm gonna say about that part, what Tom just said, is I believe that this is where I do depend on the analytics, like where the usage rating will get used. I don't think it'll matter about how much the ball is in a certain, whoever's hands. It's about the shots that they're gonna get, in the sets, more than who's gonna have their ball in their hands. Because I don't believe the user rating goes down at all for Jaylen Brown because of what he's going to provide on defense, right? I think it kind of goes up for Maxey also by what Jaylen Brown provides on defense and what we know Maxey is. Come on, let me let you go though.
I mean, what were we talking about? Where Maxey's going to fit in with all of this?
Yeah.
I mean, he's already been adjusting. You know what I mean? He adjusted playing with James Harden. I didn't want him to just, have his growth stunted. They got Paul George, and I knew Paul George wouldn't be much of a stunt, because James Harden wants the ball in his hands. Like he was complaining, if they let me do what I do,
in Cleveland.
You know what I mean? Like if they let me do what I do, then I could do what I do. But since they don't want me to do what I do, I can't do it. Like just come play damn basketball, bro. Like quit making it where the ball just got to be in your hands in order for you to be able to do what you do. But Maxey is the total opposite. You know what I mean? Like he's been fitting in with everybody. I know he wanted LeBron himself. He's a clutch client, if I'm not mistaken, correct? He's a clutch client. So, he already cool with LeBron anyway, just through Rich and just through the agency. So I'm sure he's already got some familiarity with LeBron, and they've probably been talking behind the scenes about just little things, just basketball related and maybe personal too. So I'm sure it's a relationship that already exists and he's fine with it. You know what I mean? And then having Jaylen Brown there, we don't have to see Maxey kind of like force the issue as much, you know what I mean? And he gets to pick his spots and also the type of spacing that he's going to have now, the way he's going to receive the ball from LeBron, the type of attention that Jaylen Brown is going to draw. Like Maxey might go off this year. You know what I mean? We might think like, oh, well, Maxey might have a couple points knocked off his averages. Maxey might actually flex this year, especially if Jaylen Brown has the mentality of, like when he was in Boston, maybe he just didn't feel appreciated, but now looking at it and then seeing what it's turned into is like, oh, LeBron really came here because you here. Like that really kind of solidifies, oh, Jaylen Brown is that guy to Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? So he might come into it mentally like, oh yeah, let's just win. You know what I mean? And then Maxey gets to flex. And Jaylen Brown, you know how he did with Tatum. As soon as Tatum's out or somebody's down or somebody's not showing up, he picks up the scraps and he makes something happen. So that's what I expect to see from him.
Yeah. The biggest thing I like, before we get to Paulie's comment there, the biggest thing that I like too is that this team now depends nothing on Joel Embiid. We've seen the last few years this team relied solely on Joel Embiid. I mean, we saw it last year. Like they were down 3-1. Joel Embiid comes back. They make the 3-1 comeback. It's been kind of like how it's been over the course of his career, where they desperately need him. And I'm not saying like, okay, he gets injured and they're absolutely okay. But if Joel Embiid gets injured, you just throw in Bona. He's just defense strictly. You throw him in there and have Porty's big ass off the bench. I know him too well. He's a good big ass dude off the bench. That's just a big ass dude off the bench. But yeah, man, I the one thing I really like about what Philly's built here is that they kind of, it's like I told you, Kem, when we kind of opened with our first off-season show. I said, you know, they need to trade him. The 76ers needed to trade Joel Embiid to move forward, but they put themselves in a position where they don't got to depend on that guy almost at all. But when he is there, what he adds is terrific.
So Paulie got something going on in the chat, guys, on commenting on next year's finals for the giveaway, right?
Yeah.
Listen, what do you collect? And all of this type of stuff going on here, man. We already know, man, the 2 C's, collecting and connecting. But real quick, just to slide off, who are your picks for the finals matchup?
I'll let MJ go first because this will be
man.
Who are your picks? Yeah, off the top.
We got Spurs, Sixers already. We got Philly, OKC already. I mean, what? So OKC, Spurs, nobody else. It's probably I mean, the West is kind of, it looks locked. Like, do you guys even think that Minnesota has a chance with LaMelo Ball?
Why not? Why not?
Do they have enough for like a Wemby? Or
I think when it comes down to Minnesota,
think it's over yet. Yeah,
I think the way Minnesota's built their team, I think it all kind of just depends solely on if Ant has a legacy run or if he doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
You know, last year, unfortunately, he had the injury that he couldn't really, you know, get over. I like
he did come back though.
Like, you know, looking at how it all shook up, Minnesota had a chance last year if Ant doesn't go down the way that he did. This year, you know, I think, you know, it's funny because Anthony Edwards made some comments already about this LaMelo Ball fit. He said, "Oh man, you know, it might be bad at first, but we'll figure it out." And I love Anthony; he's just always so honest. And I think that they have a chance, but it's like, you know, the Spurs, they added the right things again. Like, you know, adding Tobias Harris, I think, was just such a great addition to that basketball team.
Shout out to Tobias.
They're gonna come into it healthy, a little bit less, you know. Lou Dort won't be out there throwing himself at everybody. I know it's not a big loss, but you're going to put Cason Wallace into the starting lineup, which I think is a beautiful move for that team. So ultimately, I think at the end of the day, I got Oklahoma City. I think he's gonna come out. He's gonna come for revenge. That team they're gonna come out looking for revenge, man. And I think it'll be OKC. And you know what? I still got New York. Listen, man, that Philly squad, it's beef and stacked. Pause. But it's a team that the Knicks can still beat. Like the way, if you look at how the matchups all line up, it's still a team where, you know, the Knicks are going to raise hell with Mikel and OG in the middle. Cat we saw it in the playoffs. If Joel Embiid doesn't pick up on defense this year, because he fell off of a cliff defensively last year, Cat's going to bully him in the paint. And then it'll all come down to kind of what Jalen and Maxey come out and do. I still like the Knicks and that's going to be a hell of a series, but I would have the Knicks in 7 in that. And I got Knicks and Thunder.
What did you have? What is it? What do you have? What do you have, MJ? What did you say?
No, I was just going to say what David said. David in the comments, he said Spurs Raptors. He ain't even got Knicks or Philly.
Where the Raptors come into play?
Get that
Kawhi.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that still got to happen, right?
Yeah, it do.
Yeah, that still has to happen.
Why going to jail?
We gotta hope
don't pass go.
I don't know, bro.
Feds don't do a sweep. Ain't that what you said?
Something crazy has to be happening with Kawhi.
Feds don't do a sweep, man.
Like, they might have like a year suspension or something on the table for Kawhi, because for them to just be like, "Whoa, we're kind of
retired." That happens.
Yeah, and if it's more than 25 games, the trade doesn't mean nothing because it'll be hard. You know what I mean, to see.
In this East now, yes,
yeah, man, it'll be hard.
That team without Kawhi would be brutal.
Yeah,
it
would.
But what you got?
Well, man, I mean, in all truth, man, right now, I think that man, since we've been talking about them, I think the Knicks are the recipe for success and the continuity, you know what I mean, and just the model, you know what I mean, for building a team. But if you wanted to put lightning in a bottle just based off of what happened, I think the best combination of star power, playmaking, and playoff experience right now, still, I'm going with LeBron, and I'm in Philly right now. I think that he do tip that, you know what I mean? Because here's something that I think that happens. We already saw what happened when Joel Embiid gets to play with other superstars. He actually is still injured now for wanting to play with the U.S. on the Olympic team. You understand what I'm saying? Think about that, right?
I
Like,
thought they
not
said
like
he was healthy though now.
yeah, no, he is. But I'm talking about how far he's willing to go is what I'm saying. So he's coming off of playing an MVP season, right? Right before the Olympics, right? Where it's like, hey man, we don't need you to play. We understand who you are and what you can be. But he knew that he was going to be playing with other elite athletes in the USA and wanted to game up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that what this will also provide, even though we watched the ascension of Maxey, but this happened in front of his eyes. Everything that was brought in was kind of used up. Not like that. You understand what I'm saying? As far as the talent, it was always developed. You know what I mean? They are called the process. You know what I mean, in Philadelphia. So
crazy
having
what this is turned into, man.
Yeah, check it out, right? You know what I mean? And you know how crazy a rant I went on before with how I felt they had been disrespecting Philadelphia, because that's where I went to school, was raised a part of my life. You know what I mean? Got a lot of friends, you know what I mean, that are diehard Philadelphia sports fans. And I felt that you know, he earned the money, but he was also robbing them, you know what I mean, with what they were limited to be able to do. The development of Maxey is something that I don't know that anybody projected to be as good as it is. You know what I mean? With it being with who he is now. But anyway, listen, man, I'm gonna go with Philly, man, and OKC. I'm not really. Yeah.
Okay, so who wins out? Who wins out?
Man, I ain't that far yet. You know what I mean? Because it's still a war of attrition.
I'm about to say, are we gonna get the Chet revenge year where Chet is like he's coming back from having that?
Chet don't matter, man. Chet
is shook from Wemby.
It's all about Jada. Honestly, Chet as a fourth option, man. Case and Wallace can hold his own, man. Case and Wallace is the third option. J-Dub healthy as the second option, man.
He got some nasty hands, boy. He's that too. No, I'm for real, man. Case and Wallace got some nasty hands, man. I mean, pause, I guess, but you know, man, listen, he's a swiper. He is a swiper. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've been on him for a minute. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just his pressure, man. It's just amazing, man. He's willing to pick you up the whole 90 something just to, you know what I mean, be in your pocket, and then leave him wide open. You pay him. But yeah, Philly, OKC for me.
Philly,
all right, so
just as an early projection.
Let's I'm gonna share my screen here. We're gonna make a tier for the Eastern Conference here. Are you guys gonna see that? Tier list.
It's about to get real around here.
All right, so let's start from the bottom, right? I don't want to start at the top. We'll save the arguments for a little bit later.
So like the dangerous teams, huh?
Yeah, the teams that are kind of ass down here, 11th to 15th. I think, listen, I think if we're being real, I think we can throw Chicago here. Do we agree with that?
Okay.
11 through 15.
They're going to be fun to watch. They're going to be fun to watch, though.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we're in a good spot in the NBA where every team besides maybe the Kings are going to be fun to watch next year. I mean, I don't mean to crap on the Kings, but I'm not looking forward to Sacramento hoops, man.
Yo, Vivek, hang it up.
But I think the Nets, I think they'll be 11th to 15th. I mean, unless Julius Randle moves you guys enough.
No.
Okay. All right. So
I went to 10. I did a top 10, like favorites can win it and dangerous. I just did 3 tiers, so it's kind of.
So which teams did you leave off of that top 10 list?
The teams that you're working with now, Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. So we agree on this?
Yeah, Milwaukee.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely Milwaukee. Where are those guys at?
Yeah, put them down there.
Yeah, we don't. That's a weird team, and they're going to be led by Tyler Hero, who just got punched in the face. I don't know if we're rocking with that. All right.
Shopping for your next car? What about third row seats?
Okay, sorry about that. Third row seats.
But I got 10.
Oh my God, I do that.
All right, so who were the other 2 teams that you left off of that top 10, Kim? You said Indiana was one. Do you agree with that, MJ? Because I'm out on Indiana until I see how Tyrese.
I actually believe Indiana is in a weird spot because they're like weird. To me, they're one piece away, to be honest. I mean, I didn't know that because I said it yesterday. I didn't know LeBron was going to go to Philly today, though. But I think Indiana is, if they're a actual 100% Tyrese Maxey. I don't know if he comes back like that. And a 3 away from, you know what I mean, being right back in the conversation. Because if they play the same way, if Rick Carlisle could get out of them what he got out of them then, and then they just doing it across the board like that, because we haven't seen Halliburton like really try to take the step where he's just anchoring the team. You know what I mean? Right. He was just feeding the team. So what if he does that? You know what I mean? If he comes back to full 100. So I won't put them in the bottom tier, but I'll accept them in the bottom tier just for this and for what they look like right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think my thing with Tyrese is like I trust his ability to come back. It's just he went through so much with the recovery, the sickness, the team was god awful last year. Hopefully those dudes could come back with the right mentality, all that.
Right.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Cam?
Oh, nothing. I don't want to keep it hostage. I did a top 10 through the whole NBA anyway, so we can do all this together. So it's like I did like who were like the favorites, who could win it, and who's dangerous. Top 10 that way.
So who's the last team that will not make the playoffs in the East? I vote for the Charlotte Hornets. I think they've had a goofy ass off season.
Yeah,
they kind of just were just like whatever. Okay,
we're all on the same page. So far.
They thought Khan was doing all of that, regardless of LaMelo. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean LaMelo statistically and like watching it with your own eyes. I mean, I know I crap on LaMelo a lot, but he was absolutely the driving force in the end of that.
Especially after the benching. After the benching, he
didn't really they're replacing him with Kobe White.
Kobe White,
You don't stay on the court enough for me. You don't do enough for me to be fully convinced that he can replace LaMelo Ball, because at the end of the day, LaMelo Ball provides you 20 and 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's the equivalent. He's the equivalent of a bridge quarterback in the NFL, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, Kim, I really like that take.
That's all he is. Yeah, real talk.
All right, so who do we got in the play-in then? I think Atlanta is a comfortable play-in spot. I don't think they're the best team in the East, but I think they won't be the worst. How do you feel about that, MJ? How do you feel about Atlanta?
I like Atlanta, bro. After what they just did, especially
convince us. Convince us. Let's go.
They just made a trade. So
for who? For
Lou Dort.
Yeah, for Lou Dort.
That's right. That's right. Dort. So they got Dort ready to throw himself at people in the East now. I want to say Washington, but I think throw Washington in there. Is Anthony Davis going to be healthy? You know what I mean? That's really what this hinges on.
I think Washington will be a 6 seed. Cam don't agree with me. You don't agree with me. So I'll put them in the play.
I mean, I don't know about 6. Yeah.
Thank you.
They're playing.
If
AD is healthy for 68 games, I might give them 6 seeds.
68 games. Are you serious, bro?
Oh, yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? Like they call AD Mr. Glass for a reason. Like every time he gets hurt, I see him in the wheelchair looking like Mr. Glass with the hair and all of that. Like they rehash that because that's what he's been.
All right. So I think it would be comfortable to put Toronto here because we don't know what the suspension is going to be. I think there's going to be some sort of suspension for Kawhi, and I think that'll hinder them a little bit. I don't think it'll knock them all the way down, but I think it'll push them in a play-in spot. How do we feel about that?
I think they might be a step up with Giannis like gone to Miami now, and they kind of stacked off. The Bucks falling because they still had an actual chance like at the end of the season to sneak into the play-in. So I don't think Toronto. I think they take a step forward because the deal doesn't go through. What happens? They keep Brandon Ingram.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
but I'm assuming the deal goes through. Kawhi gets suspended.
Yeah, I think that no matter what, Toronto is left with what they don't have anymore. No matter what.
Huh. Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah. If he gets suspended, then I'll go play in.
You see the vision there.
Yeah.
And listen, man, I think
you basically just let some players go, and then you're not getting a player back that you traded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
no matter what, that's how it's going to go.
25, I think.
It's like waving players, basically. It's like, go ahead, go on somewhere.
Because then now, like you got Scott, you got RJ Barrett first option hoops.
No, no.
That's crazy, bro.
No,
I'll just leave it at that.
Hell no. We can't do that.
And the other team that I think is the play, and listen, I don't know if you guys agree with me. I've gotten into arguments with people about this. I don't see much in Boston. I'm sorry.
Oh, in Boston.
I think it's like it's not even a healthy spot to be at anymore with everything that happened in the offseason. Boston's the reason that 76ers are so up right now.
Yes.
Jason Tatum's going to have all this pressure put onto him. How is he going to react to that pressure? What you got for me, Tom?
Oh, nothing. Bro, I'm just gonna say in the last 7 teams, they're the worst of the last 7 teams. Like, it's no way isn't anybody, unless they're just a homer, you know what I mean? Boston, that's gonna disagree with Boston being better than any of the other remaining teams. There's no way. There's no fucking way that you watch basketball and believe that.
Well, because I mean, like what I saw from
what they're left with. What they're left with.
Yeah, and we've talked about this so many times. It's like Tatum came back. He wasn't. He never at any point figured out his offensive game. He got hurt again. Now he's coming back, and maybe he has a good offseason, but all this pressure against him because you know, and he's a dog. I get it. He's a dog, but these other 6 teams, man. I mean, I believe in them a little more. Maybe they can contend Detroit and Orlando, but that's a big if. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Orlando bringing back everybody. And just to layer it, to say it again, hey, man, Jason Tatum was playing like he knew they was going to get rid of Jaylen Brown. Like, he was deferring a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we seen him racking up assists and grabbing more boards than ever in his entire career. So he knew he was going to have to be passing the bombs in a minute. So
he said he knew.
Right.
So, man.
Now we're up to the top 6, man. And I think, in my opinion, I think this is a good spot for Detroit at 5-6. But what do you where do you really see Detroit?
I agree.
Okay.
Because what did we do outside of Ausar Thompson taking some type of Jimmy Butler-ish, Kawhi-ish kind of leap where he just goes from defense to, you can play offense now. And Duran showing up the same way again, and this time carrying it into the playoffs. But until I see it, we're going to be in the in-between with the way these teams didn't shook out now. Like, because the niggas going to come into next season with that confidence. Orlando's going to come into the season healthy. Philly is the juggernaut, and the Cavs basically gave us problems. You know what I mean? Even though they don't have Dean Wade anymore to be all in K face, but you know, now he's in Philly. So good luck with that. So I would put us in that tier.
What you feel about Detroit, Cam? Good spot for them, 5-6?
Yeah, without a doubt. I don't even have anything to say about that.
Yeah. All right, so now we got a top 5. So who do you guys think out of these 5 teams are the worst team here?
Orlando.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I think Cleveland, man, they had a lot of subtractions, and I love Sean Sweetie, leading this Orlando Magic team. I think they'll be a high seed, but they won't do much in the playoffs. But I think they'll be a high seed during the regular season.
But the Cavs still have the ability to wake up and realize that Evan Mobley should be their number 1 option.
But will they?
I hope so. If they paid attention to what the hell they finished us, the way they finished us off was Evan Mobley and Jared Allen going crazy, and then Evan Mobley. Yeah, go ahead, Cam.
No, and what they lost didn't actually contribute to how far they made it with the immersion of the experiment when it happened. I don't think that Dean Wade, who they lost, and things of that nature have everything to do with, you know what I mean, how far they made it once they, they didn't even get to play a full season of basketball together, you know, and I think that, continuity wins out. So at the end of the day, I still got to go with them regardless.
Now, listen, while I disagree, you guys got majority rules here, so I put the Magic there. I'll say this right here on this live stream. I think the Orlando Magic are a top 3 seed. That's going to be one of my crazy predictions this year. Listen, I think they'll be a phenomenal regular season team. They're going to come in healthy. I think without having Mosley leading the way, they actually have Sean Sweeney, who is a dog of a head coach, or a dog of a coach in general. We'll see how he does as a head coach. I think it'll be proper. They'll have a system ran finally. I think their depth is in a decent spot for this. And Cleveland, I don't know. I think they're gonna come out the gate struggling, especially if it's James Harden again. Him and Donovan Mitchell. It is whatever. But they're stacked. They're stacked though. So I can see what you guys are saying. But we definitely have the Cavs as 4th though. I would imagine. Okay, all right. Okay, hold on, let me put back.
Yeah. How are you gonna put?
nothing.
How are you
Can't
going?
say
But wait. MJ, you good, homeboy? Because how you going? Like we ain't seen Eric Spoelstra and Bam and Giannis
And
play shit
Giannis,
yet.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we know they got Hardaway Jr. We know they got Giannis. Like we know what it is. Like right. Like
But still gonna make another couple additions. They got roster spots to fill.
yeah, they haven't filled them. So how are they gonna just leap a team that is still put together that only lost? Come on, man. Like, come on.
Because
like
you look at it this way, right? The Miami Heat. Let's have like the Miami Heat. I'm not putting the Miami Heat above New York or Philly at this current moment. I'm not doing that. But at least above Cleveland, I would, because Giannis and Bam are going to dominate the paint. That's where Donovan Mitchell loves to live when he can't get his three off. That's where James Harden, he loves to go in the paint. Jared Allen and I think Mobley is going to be absolutely canceled out if they ever play each other.
Miami has to do it. Cleveland already does it and just has to get a little better at what they were doing. Miami never did it at all.
And Mobley can stretch.
This is Giannis. Giannis coming back in a new environment. We don't believe in them over Cleveland.
Long run, but
Shopping
we're
for your
talking
next
about.
car?
We're
What
talking
about third row seats?
Season. We're talking about the season. What two players that are that good, or like you know what I mean? We know that it takes time for guys to get cooking, and at some point seeding starts to matter, not where you're going to land like as it pertains. You know what I mean? Like the actual seeding starts to matter. As long as you're gonna, so at the end of the day, I don't think that it's going to be about that for them. So that's why I don't put them really ahead of Cleveland. I think that Cleveland will be looking for that because they need home field, home court and different things like that versus Miami trying to get it together. But go ahead, finish, man. I want to finish hearing what you're saying. I just disagree.
Yeah, I mean, like the only reason that
Shopping for your next car?
Oh my God.
What about third row seats?
We're trying to sell the car.
You want me to buy a car so bad.
Hard as hell.
But I mean, what it comes down to for me is I think Miami. This will be the first time in a little bit since the Jimmy Butler days back. When he was like kind of getting them to the finals and stuff. That they've really had a almost full up and down defensive roster, and I think that plays really well in the regular season. Giannis as the number 1 seed coming in, not only healthy but motivated as well. Him and Bam are going to play off of each other so well. I'm so high on Davion Mitchell this season as well. But I understand it. I understand where you guys are coming from. But MJ, you're the deciding factor. Miami or Cleveland as number 4?
I'm going Miami, bro.
Okay.
Because Cleveland, just you mentioning James Harden, especially if he takes another step back, you know what I mean? Like, and then he still wants to like get his off and hog and hold the ball all extra long. Him and Donovan Mitchell doing all that ball holding is going to withhold this team from being able to actually take the next step. Like, because like I said, Evan Mobley should be the number 1 option. You know what I mean? Period. He just should be the number 1 option.
Even if they do make Evan Mobley the number 1 option, I still don't buy them being this like.
And that's no offense to Donovan Mitchell either. We know he's an explosive scorer, but it should feed Evan like he's half a Shaq, damn it. Like, because he can score inside out. You can run a lot of your actions, your offense through him instead of giving the ball to Donovan and letting him ISO and then try to break down the defense and go from there. Like, which would you rather do? You know what I mean? And Miami's they're going to be extra methodical. They got Eric Spoelstra. Pat Riley's probably not done with his roster. So, yeah, I'm going with Miami over Cleveland.
Like to finish higher than them?
Yeah. And then who knows? James Harden might be butthurt because they were prioritizing LeBron right now, too. You know what I mean?
Even if James, who knows? Maybe James Harden just does a James Harden thing and just doesn't come back. Who knows?
Yeah. Hey.
That would be on course.
I mean, he might not come back. He already don't show up after holidays. That's why I call him Champagne Chicken Wing. After Thanksgiving, he's absent. After New Year, he's absent. Like, I don't know what he goes and eats, but I told my friend when he was in Philly, like, Champagne Chicken Wing, because you could tell he didn't win and ate too much, and he didn't probably drink too much, and he don't show up after the holidays. He just doesn't. He doesn't show up.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see, man. I think, of course, he ends up in Cleveland, but I would not be shocked if he pulls a James Harden and I don't know, goes
to Charlotte. Shit.
Houston, he can go to Houston. Who knows?
All
right, so we got 2 teams left. This will be interesting. Who's number 1 and number 2? I think we agree that Miami and Cleveland are 3-4.
Yeah, I would almost really put Detroit 4 over. I have to see the Magic do.
I convinced you that much. Okay.
Like, I have to see the Magic. I have to see Paolo and Franz work efficiently together. They worked well against us in the playoffs. If they can carry that over, then they belong in that top 4. But if not, then the Pistons do, because if the Cavs come in like that,
you're pushing the Cavs down
ball, like that's a man roll. We could roll the dice with those 3. Miami's is etched right there because of just the way the structure is in Miami. But Cleveland, Orlando, Detroit, that's a dice roll. We could dice roll those 3. But out of respect, my number 1 would be the Knicks, just for the championship, just because they coming in. They only lost Mitchell Robinson, and he only played like 15, 18 minutes maybe. So they'll be able to make up for that. You know what I mean? And they're the champions.
They're gonna fill that roster spot still. They still
like it's the Knicks, bro. Like they filled out the roster with so much depth, so many guards and people that could actually score, and have people coming off the bench just chipping in. Like,
shopping for your next car?
Yes, I am
third row
shopping for my
seats?
next. But
they need Capital One needs to pay Paulie, man.
Yeah, what's up, Capital One? Come sponsor us. But the Knicks, they did what they did, and I respect them, and they got it done really, really well.
Shopping for your next car?
It's not like
What
it was
about third?
fluky. It's not like it was fluky. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Knicks for number 1. And Philly just looks good on paper. We got to see what it's gonna do. But you got Nick Nurse, you got LeBron James, who was basically a coach on the floor, and he's ready to take a step back. That's why he's coming here, or just not even necessarily take a step back, but he's ready to be in a position. He already had to do it in LA because they made him go 3rd behind Austin Reeves for whatever reason. So he actually has talent that he could depend on both sides of the floor, a Jaylen Brown as opposed to an Austin Reeves, where you can get the offense, you can get the defense. You know what I mean? So I could see LeBron like just turning into Magic, to be honest, the athletic Magic Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that was a comparison.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel
athletic Magic. Who, Cam?
Yeah, how you feel about that?
Cam.
I mean, no, that's always been like the comparison for LeBron, I think, anyway. You know what I mean? It's like the athletic Magic, because of him deferring and stuff like that. That's always, more than the Mike or the Kobe, you know what I mean, comparison in his career and greatness anyway. I think it's always been kind of towards that way. But yeah, man, without a question, I totally agree. You know what I mean? We said the same thing, just different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, without question, as to what it means for Philadelphia and what LeBron can do and will probably do for them. I mean, he's, like I said at the beginning, man, 23 seasons. He's played at least 45 games and scored at least 23 points and 5 points and 5 assists.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 rebounds and 5 assists per game for 23 seasons. You know what I mean? And last year, his scoring was at an uptick after coming back later. So it's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So I think all he does is quarterback, say, yo, it's my time, and let them just go crazy and him take over in them instances, man, of where he couldn't. Like, everybody saw what should have been happening in LA, but I also believe that a contract year, the youth, how hard Austin Reeves works for baskets, to make him a third option, you know what I mean? I think that it was a different thing that it could have been if all parts were healthy. You know what I mean? That shit never happened. 30 games? So
right.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got the Knicks number 1 too, because it's like last year they kind of composed themselves as champions last year, like, through their behavior and everything, and now they actually have the championship. I think they'll get to, at least in the East, it'll be like another day in the office, kind of like how OKC kind of sailed through last season. They're the champions. They're going to act like champions. There's no flaws in their game. It's not going to be like, Milwaukee or Denver or, Boston of the past after, they won their championship and they were kind of all over the place the next year. But, an interesting random take that just came across my mind for the New York Knicks. I think, if the Knicks winning the championship altered the timeline of the entire NBA universe, because I think if the Knicks didn't win the championship, they might have been the ones to get both Giannis and LeBron. I just want to throw that, alternate scenario out there. If the Knicks would have won this championship, they might have because the Bucks were waiting for the Knicks to see if they won or lost the finals. And then also, I think LeBron is like a good place to go out. He might have picked New York, but he doesn't want that media, drama of like going champions.
Yeah. We saw what KD got
all in New York, so yeah. The pressure would have been on without a question.
Yeah, for real. Because it was already happening anyway. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, it might be time to move towns for Giannis. LeBron, you want to come to New York now? Yeah, it probably would have went.
Yeah, and then I think New York would have gotten desperate. We would have traded Cat and whatever for Giannis. Braun would have came over and replaced whoever we lost. It would probably have been Bridges, either Bridges and OG. So we would have been looking at Brunson, Josh Hart, or if they traded Josh Hart and the Giannis deal, would have been Brunson, Deuce McBride, LeBron James.
It would have been a blow-up job, basically.
Paul. Yeah, I mean, OG and Giannis at the 4 and 5 would have been absolutely nuts. But yeah. So, what do you guys got? Any things that you guys really want to talk about? Anything to bring up?
I just want to say, should we make something of this whole? Like, I just see some stuff coming across like the timeline and on pages. They showing Kevin Durant and Cade Cunningham sitting together at some table. Like, does that mean something? Do you guys think that means something for the Pistons? No, they're just hanging out.
MJ reaching late this evening.
I'm wishing.
He reaching late this evening.
I'm wishing. I'm kind of
I like it though. I like it though.
Anybody and they got nobody, so yeah. I mean, I get that.
Make the fans, you know what I mean, a little happy. You know what I mean. Get the fan base rejuvenated and charged up. But if the fan base do the right thing, you know what I mean, they should charge Detroit to make a damn move. Whether it's KD or not, something else. You know what I mean?
Like, on the playoffs, like coming out as the number 1 seed. Yeah, you guys had to fight for every little crumb on the table. The Pistons had to fight for, and it just like you saw it. Like if you took Cade out of the game, the Detroit Pistons, and it's going to be the same thing this year because it's like you said, Asur Thompson's not going to take a. I'm sorry, MJ.
Don't kill it. No, don't speak that into existence. Let's just hold off. Let's
make an offensive leap. These Thompson twins don't know offense if you smack them in the fucking face with it. I'm sorry. And Durant, I don't think he's going to take that leap either. So you guys
just said that.
Okay.
And you guys let the second scoring option go. So I don't know, man. But at KD though, I think Houston they're running it back all the way. It's going to be a little weird, but they get Fred VanVleet as kind of the addition. He missed all last year, so he is technically the addition to that team. So I kind of do like Houston going into this year as well. So we'll see.
As long as they stay together, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they my 7th team of the guys that can win it.
Oh, yeah. So did we go over your list? Let's do your list before we get out of here.
Oh no, real quick. So what I did is because he had said something to me that we might go over some tiers. So I was like, let me start doing this shit. I was sitting around. So what I did was some championship tiers. So tier 1, like the favorites for me, is what I said earlier. 76ers, Thunder. Then we also, no question, gotta respect the Knicks and the Spurs, right? Those are the top 4 for me, without a doubt.
I would love that if that's the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. That'll be great.
You know what I'm saying? Like without a question, right? Then you think about tier 2, the teams that can win it for me. I think you got the Heat, you got the Cavs, and you got the Rockets. Like they're all in that. You know what I mean? That realm of shit for me, right? Then the dangerous
Kevin Durant, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how, because like he is in a similar situation as James Harden. The time is running down to where they fully have their destiny. Of their legacy in their hands. I mean, obviously Kevin Durant has the 2 championships. He's solidified no matter what. But it'll be interesting to see how desperate KD gets this season.
Yeah, he won it. He still won it, man. I think them last year. Yeah, that's that. Them ticky-tack injuries. I think him coming out proving it. He didn't load manage that much at all, bro. He was
played what 70 games. He played a lot.
He was trying to get them boys ready, and I think that it just ran down on him. But my dangerous teams, right? My tier 3, I got the Pistons, the Timberwolves, and then of course, I got to throw my Lakers in there without a question. You know what I mean? Even though we light skinned, man, I still gotta throw my you know what I'm saying? Shit, man. We got some rim protection. Austin Reeves got his money. You know what I mean? Luka coming back. So let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? Let's see what we can do.
fellas can get it.
They look, you know what I mean? Shit, man. They look
trying to get Kuminga still too.
You know what I mean?
This
Yeah,
team
man.
would have won in 1975, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. But to me, man, I think that the narrative this summer, being though that we already got the reports about old boy being healthy, is going to be about Joel Embiid staying healthy and seeing how far Philadelphia can actually push it. Everything that we know about the West is the West. I think we kind of see what happens with the Rockets. You know what I mean? See how, you know, Fred VanVleet, the addition, you know what I mean, by not losing anything. You know what I'm saying? Right. That should help. Man, I don't know, man. We got a long way to go, man. But we'll see.
Yes, sir. And I think that's all I got. So if that's all you guys got, I think we can call in an episode here. We got a whole bunch of people in. Yes. You could have been, again, I say it all the time, you guys could have been doing anything, but you were the best jokesters here on a fine Friday night. So thank you for all the viewership. Thank you, everyone that tuned in. Make sure you guys subscribe to Collect and Connect. And What Do You Collect podcast, Opinionated MJ, Ball until 2 a.m. Conversation. We're gonna be at it, you know, with you guys again next Friday, and if MJ will be here, we'll be here with MJ every Friday after that. So
they're trying to get me.
And make sure you guys tune in because this Sunday, I'll make the announcement now. I'm pretty sure Paulie has announced it somewhere, but this Sunday we are starting our own baseball live stream. Make sure you guys tune into that. I'll be there. A few other baseball heads will be there. We'll be arguing. We'll be yapping. Baseball is fun. I love baseball. Finally get to talk about it with some other people. No offense to Kem. Kem's more in the basketball, football realm, and, you know, I'm over here in the basketball, baseball realm. So with that being said, make sure you guys have a good night. Enjoy this little jingle. Thank you, Paulie, for this jingle. Thank you for this opportunity. We're going to go on and get on out of here. Enjoy the song. It's a different conversation.
A different conversation. A different conversation. Tune in, we here tonight. End of the week, I'm checking the score. Names on the board, and I want a little more. Different take when the whole crew talk. Same old teams, but the view still spark. We've been collecting every win, every bruise, every close call, every headline news. Breaking it down where the real ones sit. One more round and we all say this. Tune in, lean in, bring your own opinion. Tell me who you riding with, tell me what you feeling. From the first whistle to the last play gone, we've been on that same page all week long. A different conversation. A different conversation. Break it down with a